Hey, what up, everybody? This is Steve Breech coming to you, watching some wrestling tonight. I have a Survivor Series 1995 on TV. I mostly hear about this from freaking 88. I believe the wild card Survivor Series match, which involves like Psycho Sid, Shawn Michaels, Ahmed Johnson, a whole bunch of other people. He always talks about that being one of his favorite Survivor Series matches of all times. In order to watch that, I had to pop in the Survivor Series DVD that comes on the Survivor Series Anthology. It's on Volume 2. This is Volume 1. These right here, if you don't have them, are two great anthologies. Get you all the way from the beginning, 1987, all the way up until 1996. Lots and lots of great footage on these. I don't see a lot of people have these in their collections, but honestly, this is some of the best wrestling that's out there. My buddy Alex, just the best one back in the day, he ended up with these in his collection somehow. Somebody probably bought them for him for Christmas or something like that, and he didn't know what it was. Some DVDs that don't even have Edge on them, and he picked them up. But I used to always tell him if he wanted to learn about old school wrestling, if he wanted to, really, dive into like the guys that are in the Hall of Fame now, guys like Hogan, Piper, Macho Man Randy Savage, everybody is on these people. It's like you got great matches that highlight everybody on the roster if you watch these from back in the day. And the one thing that's great about the old school Survivor Series is this was back when the WWF was mainly just booked by a small little booking committee head by Vince McMahon that just had other wrestling minds on there. You go out and get the best people out there. I don't know who was on the team in 1987. It was probably Patterson and Vince and a couple other old school guys. But the way that they booked wrestling was better than the way that stuff is booked today. It might be bigger, but honestly, they were able to put guys on teams that made sense because of storylines and just the way the characters mashed up, and he was even able to give all these teams names. Now when you get the Survivor Series, we're lucky we get one or two the classic Survivor Series matches a year. This year we have Team Orton against Team Barrett, but back in the day you would have like the Team Mega Powers, you would have the Rude Brood, you would have the Heenan family. The match I'm watching right now is the Underdogs against the Body Donnas, I think. Oh, that's pretty cheap just to name him after one of the tag teams. And actually, both members of the tag team aren't even in there. But I got Hakushi and I think that yeah, well, Janetti's in the ring now. Yeah, I got Janetti and Skip going at it. So big time wrestling on the screen right now. But honestly, this is one of the most forgotten about sets. Not just because a lot of people don't have these. If you want to know. One of my favorite Survivor Series of all time is Survivor Series 1990. You have to watch the whole show, and everybody that survives the Survivor Series matches move on to the Ultimate Challenge at the end. Spoiler alert, it ends up being Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior in the show being the Ultimate Survivors. They put over the two biggest guys in the ring. This was after the WrestleMania match. It showed that they were still equals. And back in the day, I really thought they were going to work towards getting these guys into another sort of match. Not for the one reason of it being WCW and Hogan trying to put himself over to get the one loss back. But I really thought that Vince was going to put these guys back in the ring together. But the relationship between the Warrior and Vince didn't last much longer after that, but who knows what could have been. I'm sure they could have headlined another WrestleMania and it'd been just as big as the first. But these are 5 years on each one. Really cool pictures on the inside. To highlight everybody, you got Hogan and Zeus there for you. You got Hogan and Warrior down there on the bottom. You got Team Andre up top, but just like the other WrestleMania ones and Royal Rumbles and Survivor Series, they came in anthologies, but everything else, they gave you a chance of getting the whole collection. For some reason, these only went up to 96. First thing when I bought these was like, what the hell? I want 97. 97 is one of the most popular, most controversial, most, epic things. And I know it's been on a few DVDs, the match that everybody wants, the screw job, like the confidential DVD. I'm not sure if it's on one of the Shawn Michaels or Brett DVDs. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put that on the Brett DVD since he got to choose his matches. But if you buy the Blu-ray now, it's the first time you can order it. You can get it in HD quality, but it needs to be in the collection. I know that they've done this For years and years and years. They've put out Volume 1 and Volume 2. After this year's Survivor Series, they have 15 more that haven't been released in collection wise. I would be happy if you just put out 2 more collections. That would get you, I believe, 97 through 2001, and then 2002 through 2006. I think for the people that collect DVDs, if it ended with those 6, they'd be happy. And you don't even have to give us like a cube, like the SummerSlam cube that came out. This was a cool idea. You know, something to put all of them in. Just don't do that. Just, you know, just keep them the way they are. Just give us Volume 3 and Volume 4, and I'm sure everybody would be happy. It is one of the most, you know, forgotten about DVDs. You know, complete the anthology for us. Help us out a little bit. If you can at least get us until if you at least give us the volume 3, then every Survivor Series would at least be on DVD. Because I think I know for a fact that 01's on there. So you know, if you want to do one with 4, that's fine. But just make it 5 like all the other ones, and it would be a whole lot easier. But most forgotten about thing out there for DVDs and the DVD collection world, and they have to be put out there because this is some great stuff. 97 through 01 would give us a whole handful of big events for WWF yeah, well, WWE didn't come until 2002, so a handful of events for WWE that we need on DVD.